Challenger Pack 5 is out, and the first batch of DLC fighters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is complete. It's been a wild ride of speculation and hype, but now that it's over, how does everybody feel? I, for one, have enjoyed every new DLC fighter. However, I definitely enjoyed some more than others. And what better way to let you know how I feel about them than ranking them? This list is 100% my personal opinion based off of my experiences with each DLC character before their announcement and after their release. And I can guarantee your list will be different than mine. In fact, I'd love to hear how you would rank each character based off of your personal enjoyment. But first, here's my top 6 Smash Ultimate DLC fighters. Banjo Kazooie have been highly requested characters in Smash Bros. For years, but being the uncultured swine that I am, I never grew up with an N64. Therefore, I did not experience Banjo and Kazooie, and they were never nostalgic for me. Nevertheless, I know for many of you out there, Banjo Kazooie are nostalgic for you. That's why my favorite part of Super Smash Bros. In general are the character reveals and how giddy and excited every other person gets for their favorite character finally making it into the roster. Seeing everybody else react to Banjo was amazing, and I was super happy for them. Then they came out, and I never touched them since. Fortunately, they became my least touched DLC character. It's not that they're bad or anything, it's just that I can't for the life of me play them at all. I'm just very bad with Banjo for some reason. So while still enjoyed their inclusion, they make it last on my list. Please don't hurt me. Even though my favorite genre of games are RPGs, and even more so, JRPGs, I've never touched a Persona game. They were always that one series where I know they were good because people would tell me they're good, but I just never got around to playing them. Then Persona 5 came out, and I still haven't played it. Same song and dance, people said it was good, I'll be inclined to agree with them, and that was it. I just never picked up the game. But then Alpharad and Relax started campaigning for Joker to be in Smash Bros. And thought, hey, that would be cool. If it happens, then I'll have to give Persona a chance. And oh boy, I did not see that coming. And I'm glad it happened. Hearing my friends, who are big Persona fans, be absolute dumbfounded when he got announced put a big smile on my face. Then he came out, and while I had fun playing around with him at first, I unfortunately never picked him up ever since then. It's still an absolute blast having him in the game and seeing all my friends pick him as their mains. And now that he's here, my friends finally peer pressured me into playing my first Persona game. Persona 4. Is it as good as everybody says it is? It's so good! Joker may have been the character we never saw coming, but Piranha Plant was a character we never expected at all. It was your typical yet iconic Mario enemy, but how many of you ever expected them to be a fully playable character? I feel like the sheer absurdity is partially why I ended up enjoying them so much. The way they play feels so different than any other character. I mean, this is a plant. A freaking plant. And for whatever reason, I love playing as them. I honestly did not expect to enjoy this character so much. Like, it's a plant! Why is he so much fun? I enjoy the Fire Emblem games. Though I have yet to play any of the older games in the series, I still very much enjoyed, for the most part, every game I played so far, with Echo's Shadows of Valentia being my absolute favorite. So when Three Houses got released, I picked it up day one. The game was amazing, great story, enjoyable gameplay. Bernadetta. I'm sorry, what? Oh, right. Considering Fire Emblem's history with Smash Bros., I pretty much expected Byleth to be one of the DLC characters. But I didn't expect them being a part of this DLC pass, making their reveal quite the surprise. I enjoyed their inclusion, and they did not disappoint me at least. I love how they use the other hero relics alongside the sort of creator. Slow as they may be, I love how hard they hit, and their recovery is so much fun to use. Even though they're the newest addition to the roster, I still very much enjoyed playing them. Terry. Not gonna lie, I have very limited knowledge of the Fatal Fury and King of Fighters series. Like, I knew who he was beforehand, but that was pretty much it. I wouldn't know much more about him until he was finally announced for a death battle. Oh, and then he got announced for Smash 2. As for early impressions, I did not think I would enjoy him that much. I mean, I did not enjoy playing Ryu or Ken. The way they translated their fighting commands over to Smash Brothers was cool and all, but the different inputs that they had for soft and hard attacks kind of made it hard for me to pick them up. And I thought that was going to be the same case for Terry. I pretty much didn't expect to pick him up. But after he was released, I found out not only was he easier to play than the Shotos, but he was also very fun to play. He hits very hard with his inputs, and sometimes my fat fingers just somehow edge out a kill, but nothing compares to asking someone if they're okay. Oh wait, yes there is, because it's called spiking someone with the command input Power Dunk! Woo! I said it before, my favorite part about Super Smash Bros. In general are just the character announcements and seeing how giddy and excited people get over their favorite characters making it into the game. But over the years, not once have I ever experienced that feeling for myself. Granted, I never really had that many characters I would have wanted in the game. I was pretty much only there for the ride. I know when it comes to character representation, people usually want characters from their childhood, or just cool characters in general from games that they have played. Growing up, I only really played Pokemon and Zelda, and they're well represented in the series already. But there was another series I was very much into, Dragon Quest. I was introduced to Dragon Quest through Dragon Quest 8 when my brother picked it up for the PS2 one day. And then I picked up Dragon Quest 9 on the DS, and from that point on, I was hooked. Dragon Quest quickly became one of my favorite video game franchises ever, right next to Pokemon and Zelda. So it only came naturally that I would have wanted a Dragon Quest representative in Smash Brothers. Unfortunately, I just had to come to terms with this single fact. Dragon Quest is not a popular franchise outside of Japan. Therefore, it wouldn't really make sense for them to include them if they're trying to go for global appeal. Dragon Quest is not that popular outside of Japan. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. After just beating Dragon Quest XI, not even about a couple months prior, that truly was a magical moment for me. And then it got better. Because it's one thing to see the main character of the most recent game in the franchise, but it's another thing to see the character from the game that introduced you to the franchise making it into the game. I honestly don't know what to say other than I finally got to experience what others felt all this time. And I loved how they were portrayed in Smash. From the way that they're animated to the plethora of skills and spells that they brought along with them, it was honestly amazing to see them portrayed this way. And they're really fun too. It was honestly a very surreal experience that my childhood dream actually came true. And I'm sure the feeling I had that day was the very same feeling when Cloud was announced, when Simon and Richter was announced, when Banjo was announced. That wonder of seeing your favorite character duking it out with Mario and Link and other Nintendo franchises in a game that's supposed to be a celebration of video game history. I feel that that's what makes Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh man, that was so cheesy.